everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vivian. Today we're talking about IHS fee, the immigration health surcharge, which is part of every immigration application, at least in the UK. Now, whether you pay this money depends on which immigration status you are applying for. You must pay this IHS fee as part of your application or when you book an appointment. If you are applying to pay for your IHS fee, you will need to include an IHS reference number on your application form. And this IHS enables you to use the National Health Service, which is the NHS in the UK. And for you to use the NHS, you must have paid your IHS fee and or be exempted from paying the IHS fee. I must say that paying the IHS fee does not mean everything is totally free. You must still have to pay for your prescriptions or your dental treatments, except you are pregnant or have some incapabilities or you are a child. Now, who needs the IHS reference number? You need this when you want to pay your IHS fee, or if you don't need to pay your IHS but you still need the number. If you're a child under 18, a relevant civilian employee of the NATO, this service will help you to have access to the National Health Service, which is the NHS. IHS reference number if you are applying for indefinite leave to remain or enter, you are a diplomat, a member of a visiting armed forces and not subject to immigration control, you are a dependent of a member of the UK's armed forces, or you are a dependent of a member of another country's armed forces who is exempt from immigration control. You are a family member of a European national with EU treaty rights. You are applying for a visa for the Isles of Man or Channel Islands. You are a British Overseas Territory citizen resident in Falkland Island. You are an asylum seeker applying for humanitarian protection. You are a domestic worker who has been identified as a victim of slavery or human trafficking. You are applying for discretionary leave to remain in the UK as someone who has been identified as a victim of slavery or human trafficking, or you are their dependent. The Home Office domestic violence concession applies to you. These are people who do not need the IHS reference number or IHS fee to apply for visas in the UK. If you apply for an indefinite leave to remain but you are given a limited leave, you have to pay for your IHS fee to get your visa. Now, for health workers who are in the UK under a visa, you are eligible for a healthcare visa and you do not need to pay the IHS fee. And you'll be eligible for this visa if you're a doctor, nurse, or any other occupations on the list. If you qualify for this visa but paid for IHS, you will get a refund after 31st of March 2020. From the 1st of October, you can be able to apply for your refund or your reimbursement. In addition, people applying for visitor visas or short-term visas do not have to pay the IHS fee. Moving on, the cost of the IHS fee. IHS fee costs £300 per year for students on a Tier 5 youth mobility scheme. So for 2 years, visa is going to be £600, and it's £400 for all other visa and immigration applications. Dependents usually have to pay the same amount as you. Now, if you do not pay the required amount, your leave will not be granted and your application will not be given appropriate attention. Website, there is a calculation tool for you to be able to deduce how much you are expected to pay. So do well to put in your details and it will tell you how much IHS fee you are expected to pay. Now, if your leave is not granted, automatically your IHS fee is refunded to the account that paid the IHS fee. And if your leave is less than 6 months, you have to pay half of the yearly amount of the application. Now, you pay for a whole year if your application includes part of a year that is more than 6 months. So if you're applying for 7 months, you pay for a year and not 6 months, if that makes sense. Now, you get automatically a partial refund if you pay the healthcare surcharge for more years than you were granted leave. For instance, you were granted leave for 3 years and you paid for 5 years. 2 years worth of IHS fee will be paid back to your account. You must pay this money when you apply online before you send in your application. As a matter of fact, online, if you do not pay your IHS fee, your application cannot go through. Now, if you do not pay, you will get an email from UK Visas telling you that you did not pay your health surcharge, or if you did not pay it completely, and you'll be advised to pay it so that your application will be given due attention. So IHS fee is a must for every other visa categories other than the healthcare visa, which is free of the IHS. Bear in mind, you can pay for your IHS fee via post or online. And for you to apply online, we ask for the dates, your start and end dates on your certificate of sponsorship, your course dates if you're a student, and if you're applying by post, you'll be asked for the type of visa you're applying, your passport or travel document number, and your email address. And that's a link on there where you can pay for your IHS fee online via the UK government website. If for some reason your application went through without the IHS, you will get an email from UK Visa telling you to pay your IHS fee, and you should check your emails for these updates just in case. And within 10 days from this email, you are expected to pay if you are inside the UK, or 7 working days if you are outside the UK. Like I said, your visa will be turned down if you do not pay this fee. Your dependents and family members will also have to pay for their IHS fee, but they will also need your IHS reference number if they are joining you in the UK. To finish your visa application, you have to receive an email where you have your IHS number, and this number can be only used once in your application. You will be paid refund automatically if you paid twice, your visa was refused, or withdrawal of application, and partial refund if you got less time than you applied for, or your dependents' visas were refused, or a refund if you did not come to the UK, or if the term on your visa did not expire before you left the UK, or if you're applying for immediate leave to remain. Or if you are switching to the healthcare visa, you'll be able to get a refund. Or if your visa was approved but you did not come into the UK. For healthcare workers, you can get a refund after the 1st of March, and also there is an opportunity for reimbursement, which we'll be discussing at the end of this video. To get a refund, you need to email the IHS refund team your name, your sponsor's name, certificate of sponsorship, and your IHS number. If you do fall under this category, who should have a refund of the IHS fee, and you have not been given your IHS fee refund, you can send these details that I mentioned earlier before to an email address that is significantly dedicated for the IHS refund on healthcare visas. And this email address is ihsrefunds@homeoffice.gov.uk. However, the instruction is not to send your account details, and I do know a lot of people who were sponsored, their IHS fees were paid by their sponsors or paid by your sponsors and taken away from your salary. If this is the case for you, I advise that you go ahead and apply for the refund and tell your sponsor, who also took this money out of your pay, to pay you your money when it has been remitted by the Home Office. And that is the email address once again, ihsrefunds@homeoffice.government.uk. If you're not eligible for refund and you not meet the condition for a refund, you might be eligible for a different scheme, and that is the reimbursement, which starts in October 2020. I'm going to be talking about this at the end of this video. Now, more information about this scheme has been put out, and which is why I'm making this video together with the IHS fee. It usually takes about 6 weeks for you to get a decision on your application and review, and to also get a refund. Like I mentioned, from the 1st of October, healthcare workers are able to claim reimbursement from the IHS fee if they do not qualify for IHS fee refunds. Now, if you are eligible, you should apply online with the guidance on claiming reimbursement, and this will be paid in 6 installments. Now, these 6 installments means that if, for instance, you've worked continuously from January to June this year and you paid an IHS fee on your visa which you are on, you are able to apply for reimbursement of 6 months of those IHS from January to June. And then if you work further again from June to the end of this year and your visa was also covering this year, you could also apply for this reimbursement from June to December, and that is how this money should be paid in installments. And I think this is a very good one, even for those who have paid their IHS fees before. Now, these IHS fees, reimbursement and refund is just to make it cut across that everybody had enjoyed the dividends of this reduction in IHS fee, or the cancellation of the IHS fee for healthcare workers. We would recall that earlier this year, IHS fee was crossed off through the introduction of the healthcare visa for healthcare workers and for everyone who qualifies under this route. In the same way, those who have paid for their visas, or who are holding visas but paid IHS fee, even covering after 31st of March, are able to get 6 monthly reimbursement of their IHS fee if they have continuously worked for 6 months per time. So every 6 months for a valid visa which IHS fee was paid upon can get a reimbursement from the Home Office. Now, this is going to be handled by the NHS, BSA, and the UK Visas and Immigration. Conditions for reimbursement: you must have been working with the NHS or under the healthcare scheme for continuous 6 months and at least 16 hours per week over a full 6 months. This reimbursement is processed in 6 months installments in arrears. So, for instance, you pay for IHS in 2019 for a period of 3 years. You'll be able to claim 6 months worth of IHS reimbursement on 1st of October 2020. This can be repeated again on the 31st of March 2021 for any additional 6 month periods, as long as they have met the criteria. That is, you have worked for 6 months continuously and at least 16 hours per week. Now, this is designed for residents of the UK who are under a visa, who have a right to work, and who have already paid an IHS fee. You could either be a student, a dependent, or another migrant, or a dependent of a UK national, or on a tier 2 or a tier 4 visa, or a tier 5 youth mobility scheme. As of today, you can apply for your reimbursement or your refunds. And that's all for me today. If you have any questions, do ask in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer. Thank you for watching. If you did like this video, give it a like, thumbs, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.